What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. We are going to do an impressions video. Well, I more specifically am going to do an impressions video of Aeon Drive, which is this cool little platformer game you can see being played right in front of me. If you are new to the channel, impressions of demos and newish indie games is something I'm testing out. And in the last couple of days, you might be able to see Blightbound or Hello Neighbor if you are so inclined to check that out. One thing you can do for me, if you do leave a subscribe, it would make me forever grateful. That was a pretty quick intro, and we have just played through the Aeon Drive tutorial. There you go. It teaches you a couple of things about the game. Bit of context, when I went looking for this game, I actually just finished Celeste, which is one of my all-time favorite games, so I was kind of looking for another platformer, 2D platformer with a bit of a challenging element to it. Although this game is a little bit different to Celeste. This game reminds me a little bit more of Damsel, which is an Australian indie developed game which you probably would have heard of at some point, and if not, well, check it out. Idea with this game, Aeon Drive, it's all about speed, it's all about platforming, it's about tricky elements, and it's all about creating your own pathway through the level. As you can see, there is a level board there. Well, they call it like a top times board, and there is a number of different levels for you to play through. Currently in early access, so you can't play through all of it yet, but you can play through a fair few. So if you are curious, I believe you can potentially jump onto the Discord. Otherwise, wishlist the game on Steam and just keep an eye out for it. The main, I guess, strategic element that you have in Aeon Drive, which is different to most other platformers, you have your standard wall jumping, you have your standard dash that you can use. I don't really use it all that often, but you have this teleport knife that you can use, so when you throw it, if you manage to hit a solid surface, you can reactivate it and it will teleport you there. There's a good example of that. You'll notice at the times running out, you do have the ability to buy yourself a little bit more time if you so need it, and that was something that I kind of got the hang of more on this run when I was playing. The first time I played through, I was a little bit unsure about how to use that. So just by pressing the Y button, give yourself 5 more seconds. As you can see, you're finding currency throughout the game that you can then use. This is actually a really handy feature because it kind of gives you multiple ways to play through it. You can choose to go really, really fast, which I'm most definitely not doing here, but you can also choose to focus on just trying to finish it, and giving the player the ability to work out and finish the level before even trying to grind out those extra seconds of speed is a really good idea. So kudos for the developers on that feature there. I like the aesthetics of the game. The music's pretty standard all the way through it, but it's nice. The visuals are pretty cool, pixel-like graphics. There's nothing that really stands out as an IS or anything like that. I really like the designs of the levels, I must say. I was surprised at the amount of different paths that you can choose to go through it, and I'm pretty stubborn, so I'm the sort of person that's gonna keep going the same way until I get it. You'll see that deaths are a big part of this game. There is no punishment that I've seen so far for dying, so Celeste was a good introduction to this game, although I must say I died a lot more in Celeste. I do stupid stuff like that. The controls will take you a little bit to get used to, and that's pretty normal of any platform game because, you know, platformers are all about how tight your controls are, how your wall jumps are reacting and things like that. And one of the things I really like about the developers of this game is that they are really responsive to bugs and things like that. So I know that there was an issue with wall jumping a couple of days ago when I played, and when I played through it here, I had very little issues with wall jumping. Hey, top 3. I'm pretty happy with that one. This next level is the one that's given me the most pain. I think I've done this level about 50 or 60 times. And it's got to the point, like that jump there, it took me a while to even work out how to do that jump. And I know if you're a fan of any sort of platformer game that's all about time, you will get to the point where you almost memorize every part of the level that you're trying to do, and then there'll be one little thing that makes you fail. And that's my problem with this part. There's always one little thing. I thought I was on track here. I was doing really well. I thought I was going to nail it on my first time. Bought myself a little bit of extra time, and then I failed this jump. And unfortunately, I think I failed it multiple times in this video. So if you don't like this level, maybe skip forward a good 10 to 30, maybe a bit more than 10 to 30 seconds actually, maybe like a good couple of minutes, because I have died so many times on this level. one of the good positive things about Aeon Drive is that its deaths are in your own hands. You know, like I find platformers really frustrating when it feels like I'm dying because of a weakness in the design system or a weakness in the controls. But the controls are pretty crisp here. I have troubles with diagonals, but I've always had troubles with diagonals on platformers, so you'll see me fail lots of diagonal throws and things like that, but that's purely my own mechanical terribleness. I think this is going to be one of those games that you're going to either love it or you'll just enjoy it and then you might not come back to it. So those people that really engage, oh, there was a little diamond up there I didn't get. Those people that really engage into the community and engage into the game and love the elements of it, you're going to get hours and hours. Like, as I said, the Damsel, the game that reminds me of, I think I'm up to 50 to 60 hours of that, which is pretty insane for a indie platformer game that's all about just times and whatnot. Clearly built with speedrunning in mind. On the Discord, already seeing people that are commenting about their times and grinding out. You know, I think this is going to be a really fun platform game to keep an eye out. I think the teleport feature offers something a little bit more different than other games, so it's not going to feel just like a carbon copy because, you know, let's be honest here, 2D platformers aren't the rarest breed that you'll find. And the design's cool, like, you know, look at that art in the background and whatnot, it's pretty cool. So I think if you're asking yourself, should I give Aeon Drive a go, I think the answer is yes. You have to give it a go, but it's based on the idea that you like platformers. If you're looking for just a casual kind of, you know, fun introductory platformer, that's probably not gonna, you know, have that same what's the word I'm looking for here? It's not gonna scratch the same itch that maybe Ori and the Blind Forest would, but you know, like comparing games to that is ridiculous anyway. So, but if you love repetitive, you love grinding out your times, you love trying to get a little bit better, this is definitely one to keep an eye out for. I'm really looking forward to trying to maybe get a few times a bit further up that time chart, because at the moment I've just been focusing on trying to finish the levels, and I know once I finally get my head around a few of them and stop dying in stupid ways, I can at least feel a bit better about that. I think I actually beat this time, so let's watch it. As you see there, I've already requested 2 lots of time, so I've spent some cash, I found the ending, 3 lots of time, but I managed to finish it. So never be afraid to spend a bit of your currency to make sure that you get to the end. 5 seconds. I have no idea how they finish in 5 seconds. So thanks for watching. I'm going to leave a little bit more gameplay for you to check it out. Moving on to the next zone as well, where it's a little bit different. Leave a comment below about your thoughts about this game, whether you want to check it out for yourself. And yeah, take it easy. Have a good one.